ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். We have been going through some important topics related to our Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam. Philosophical points, daily practices and so on have been addressed so far. There has been a small gap. We will now continue with some interesting and important topics. One such important topic is to understand the difference between Atma, soul, and Deham, that is body. This is a very foundational and a distinct principle which is found only in Vaidika Dharmam, that is the Sanatana Dharmam, the principle, the philosophy which follows Vedam properly. I or Aham, or in Tamil we say Nan. These words point to the unique entity Atma. What is this Atma? Who is this Atma? That is very important to understand for us, because we are that Atma. Each one of us are an individual Atma. So it is important for us to understand about this Atma. The Atma is indicated by the term I in English, Aham in Sanskritam, Nan in Tamil. Everything else is indicated by the prefix my. For example, my house, my car, my pen, my body, my eyes. So we can see that every possession we have, everything which we own, we say it with the prefix my. But when we talk about ourselves, we say I. So anyone who has even a little bit of intelligence can easily understand the difference between Atma and body, because body is also one of the possession of the Atma at the moment. One may ask, what about the usage my soul or my Atma? Sometimes even that is seen. Even in some Purvacharya texts, we see such usage. Now that is only to make us understand about Atma. The real usage should be me. But sometimes to make us understand, the usage of my Atma is present. In any case, it is very obvious for anyone that I is a distinct entity from everything else. Now, this explanation, even though it's reasonable, it sounds good, sometimes there may be shortcomings. Because if there is a person who can debate better, he can prove that I and the body are the same. That is, Atma and Deham, soul and body are the same. They are not different from each other. There may be some who may be able to convince us with that. So what is the real proof for us? The real proof is in Shastram. Because we believe in Shastram, we saw in the beginning itself that this Sampradaya, this Dharmam is based on Vedam. So Vedam says that Atma is different from body. And it is not blindly saying it. We have seen quite convincing explanation. Now this Atma is indicated by the letter Ma in Sanskritam. In the alphabet series, Ma is the 25th letter alphabet. It indicates Atma, which is a sentient entity who is having consciousness. So that means Atma has knowledge about the self. And good knowledge always leads to bliss. So this Atma has inherent knowledge and bliss as important qualities. Atma is also very, very subtle. It cannot be seen by the eyes, but one can feel that we are there. I am because I can feel it. Nobody else can teach about the feeling, but we all can feel, each one of us, whether it is man, woman, or animal, bird, any entity which has consciousness, that is known as Atma. Now, man, woman, bird are all bodies. Animal, bird, these are all different types of bodies one may have. The main nature of Atma is also to be subservient to Bhagavan. Now that subservience is derived from being the body of Bhagavan. Shastram says, Yasya Atma Shariram, for whom the Atma is a body. That Bhagavan, says Shastram. Being the body of Bhagavan, it is easily understandable that Bhagavan is the controller and Atma is the controlled entity, subservient entity. We can see from our own example, we just saw that we are all Atmas, we have body. So I, as the Atma, am controlling this body. As long as I am inside this body will be functional. If I leave this body, then this body becomes dead body. So we can see that the Atma is the controller and body is the controlled. In the same logic, if Bhagavan is the Atma, Antaratma, indwelling soul, and Atma is his body, then it is obvious that Bhagavan is the controller and Atma is subservient. This is explained in Shastram in a few places. For example, Harita Smriti says, Dasabhuta Swata Sarve Harer Swamyam. That is, Jivatma is naturally subservient, a servant by nature. And who is the Lord? If there is a servant, naturally there will be a question. Who is the Lord? That is Hari, Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana, Vishnu. He is the Lord. So this is explained in Harita Smriti. Similarly, in Vishnu Tattvam it is said, Swatvam Atmani Sanjatam, Swamitvam Brahmani Sthitam. That means the quality of being a possession or a belonging is natural for the soul, for the Atma. And being the owner is natural for the Brahman, Bhagavan. So from these quotes from the Shastram, we can understand that Atma is conscious, Atma is a sentient being, Atma is subservient to Bhagavan. These aspects are well understood from these quotes from Shastra. Now, why is it important to understand this principle? That is because we as Atma are living with the body every day. Now, we have to understand the difference between Atma and Deham, body. If we don't have this understanding clear, then we will not be able to act according to our nature. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained this to Arjuna in great detail. Arjuna was in a very difficult position. He was bewildered that he had to fight with his own relatives. At that time, Bhagavan explained to him that everyone who is present there, they are all Atmas, and the battle is only going to destroy the bodies, not the Atmas. The Atmas are all eternal. And even if Arjuna did not kill any one of those people there, they will eventually die. So Krishna emphasized that Arjuna should uphold his dharma in fighting the battle. In the second chapter, Bhagavan explained the concept of Atma and how it is different from the body as his first Upadesham, instruction. The moment he started teaching Arjuna, this is the first thing he taught, because as we saw before, if we don't have proper understanding about the self, then we will not be able to act accordingly. So in the 12th shlokam, Krishna says, Natvevaham jatunasham natvam neme janadipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayam atah param. In this shlokam, Bhagavan says, never there was a time in the past when I, who is the Sarveshwara, and you, a Jivatma, and all of these kings, they are all Jivatmas, did not exist. We always existed. And he says, there will be no time in future when we won't exist. So Bhagavan establishes the eternal nature of Atma and the temporary nature of the body, which keeps changing. In this first shlokam, where he starts talking about all of these deep principles, subsequently in the next shlokam, he explains about the progress of Atma within this body. A wise man will not be disturbed by seeing the destruction of the body. Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhirastatrana muhyati. In this shlokam, Bhagavan says, this Atma, while being in a particular body, the body changes from a toddler to a child to a adult and then a older person and finally an elderly person, and then that body also falls down. So the Atma remains the same, but body keeps changing. Similarly, when the body falls down, the Atma takes another new body, apt based on Atma's karma. We have seen about karma and karma phala and all of that previously. So we can remember from that, we can recollect those discussions. So Atma remains fixed, constant, but the body keeps changing. So this is very, very important for us to understand. And subsequently, Bhagavan also says, Achedyoyam, Adahyoyam, Akledyo, Ashoshya, Yevacha, Nitya Sarvagatastanur, Achalo, Ayam Sanatanaha. He says that this Atma cannot be cut, it cannot be burnt, it cannot be dissolved, it cannot be withered. Atma is present everywhere, Atma is eternal, and so on. So here in this shlokam, Bhagavan establishes that Atma is eternal and it cannot be disturbed in any way. We also understood that there are innumerable Atmas. They are countless. We have previously seen about 3 types of Atmas: Baddha, Nitya and Mukta. Baddha Atmas are those who are bound in this samsara. Mukta Atmas are those who were liberated from samsara and reached Paramapadam. Nitya Atmas are those who are eternally present with Bhagavan in Paramapadam. So we are obviously in this category of Baddhatmas. We are bound in this samsara. Now we have to understand that we are Atmas, we are bound in this world, we are bound by the bodies we are present in. Now it is important for us to understand about our own true nature, because anyone who is inquisitive will get this question, who am I? I don't understand who I am. And they will search for those answers. And that answer is given by Shastram and Bhagavan, that we are Atma. It is important for us to understand that we are Atma, because only when we understand that we are Atma, we are subservient to Bhagavan, we should serve Him eternally. Only then we will be on course for that particular goal. For example, if there is a company, a person is designated as a manager. If he realizes his position and acts accordingly, he will be appreciated. But if he thinks that he is a security guard, for example, and he every day goes and does the job of the security guard, then obviously he will be dismissed sooner or later, because he was not doing his duty. Similarly, we have to understand that we are Atma, we are not this body, and we have to act according to the position of the Atma. Our Purvacharyas emphasize this very frequently. Even in the commentaries, every now and then, frequently we will see this discussion about us being Atmas and being subservient to Bhagavan. Because no matter how many times we hear this, even if we understand this, it is difficult to implement it practically. That the understanding of Atma, which is different from body, and we should think in Atma ways, not in body ways. That is very, very important for us to understand. So Adiyan just shared these few points. Alvar Emberumanar Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.